At first glance, Amanda Dube appears to be running personal errands. But that's not the case. She is one of 250 people permanently stationed at various supermarkets across South Africa. Their mandate is to shop on behalf of their clients. They work for a company called Zulzi.
We cover all the major cities. So, if you talk about Pretoria, Durban, Cape Town, and Joburg, we there as well.
Here's how the concept works. As a consumer, you send a list of your grocery items to Zulzi through an app or website. Your order will be received here at this call center in Johannesburg before it's sent to a shopper like Amanda. She will then shop on your behalf and hand over your items to a colleague who will deliver them to your doorstep.
These guys are independent drivers, coming to the platform. We have over, I think, 300 drivers at the moment. Obviously, that number always changes as well. It drops as the demand, depending on how much demand we have at any given time.
Thank you for calling Zulzi. Please note that our call center operating hours are from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you have an order-related query,
When lockdown destroyed companies in South Africa and around the world, the opposite happened here at Zulzi.
Zulzi.com. Thank you for your continued support. Goodbye.
With ordinary citizens terrified of getting infected at supermarkets, a grocery delivery service like this one became relevant.
Our orders increased like 500% immediately, and that means we had to increase capacity, we have to bring in more drivers, we have to bring in more shoppers. And it was also very difficult because it was during lockdown. Now you have to sort of get guys who are brave to come in, to work for you. So I think it was challenging. That type of growth comes with a lot of pain.
But Zulzi is not the only business that enjoyed growth while others were shutting their doors. Wild Earth is a broadcaster of live safaris.
All we're doing is we're just watching the unscripted process of nature unfolding. And I think that the majority of our viewers come to have this experience oftentimes because they're stuck, maybe they're not well, maybe they're depressed, maybe they're lonely, or maybe they're locked down in COVID in a pandemic and can't access nature easily. And what Wild Earth offers is a way for people to feel like they're transported into the wild.
The visuals are coordinated here at Wild Earth's control room in Johannesburg before being sent to your device at home. But the magic happens in the wild. The company deploys a group of camera operators who capture images.
This is crazy. I can't believe we're seeing this in the morning.
At the same time, safari guides provide live interaction with viewers across the world.
There's this lioness also over here climbing up into the tree, this separate tree, and behind her you can see the young female, the white one, just watching.
Global traffic increased by 5-fold between March and April 2020. Also, we saw an increase 15-fold in our South African audience during March and April 2020.
Go ahead.
That growth hasn't turned into financial returns yet, but it certainly increases Wild Earth's business valuation.
These are businesses that are going to last because there has been a shift in the way we work. There is definitely, when we talk about, for example, safaris, I suspect because the way we work has changed, certainly the way we have fun has to change, the way we relax has to change.
And the digital economy is at the heart of that change. A report released earlier this year shows that over 36 million out of 59 million people living in South Africa use the internet. Most of them consume content through a mobile device.
We were always moving into a relatively more online society, more, online purchases, whether we were talking about our food, we were talking about our clothes. That's where we were going. But I guess it was accelerated for even people like me who were not particularly keen on sort of that sort of thing. Now we're sort of there.
But as our nation looks to recover from the scourge of COVID-19, the question remains: are government and private companies capitalizing on the strength of digital technology? Are we moving away from old thinking? If businesses like Zulzi and Wild Earth can grow significantly during a devastating pandemic, surely this has to tell us something.
I heard, sort of government is going to hire more people rather than give people opportunities, to actually make sure that they can support the new world in which we are going. So I don't get the sense that, our infrastructure can be big roads, because that is the least thing that we're going to need now when people can work from home.
Mphola Kaje, Eyewitness News, Johannesburg.